Welcome to Istanbul, the city that lies on two continents. Brimming with beautiful sights attributed to its intertwining of cultures throughout 3,000 years of history. Over these 3 days, we had the opportunity to explore what was once known as the center of the world.
Istanbul is insanely busy right now. Granted, we are in the Sultanahmet area, so I understand this is probably the most touristy area in Istanbul, but these crowds are absolutely insane. We're now just gonna grab some tram tickets so we can head over to Taksim Square so we can spend the evening as well as grab a little bit of dinner. We finally made it to Taksim Square, but it was a lot harder to get here from Sultanahmet than we expected. We rode two different trams and a funicular in order to get over here, and I think the worst part of all was actually to buy tickets. It was really busy, super packed. You could only use cash for most of it, except for one or two stations where you can use credit cards. So we walked around quite a bit in order just to get tickets for the tram. But nonetheless, we are here, we're exploring the streets. There are so many shops and different restaurants. We are absolutely starving because we have not eaten since this morning. So our first mission right now, let's go find some food.
And Turkish food.
Yes, Turkish food, that's the goal. Turkish food.
Some of the rooftop restaurants that offer fine dining weren't really suitable for us this evening because they didn't allow for our camera equipment. So we decided to come down to the street, find a local restaurant right in the alley beside the İstiklal Street. And we found a lovely, well-rated restaurant called Kallavi. They offer really affordable Turkish food. So we thought this would be a really great place for us to start off our first night in Istanbul. See. Never had anything like this before. These are mincemeat dumplings and they come with sour cream and an oil. I think it's like a chili oil. It's delicious. This is under $5 Canadian for this whole appetizer. I think there are about 15 different dumplings. We thought maybe about 6, but this is such an affordable price for an appetizer.
We're really full from dinner, but the night cannot end without some dessert. Now we're heading over to a really popular Turkish delight cafe right in Karakoy, which is about 15 minutes from where we had dinner. Now I cannot pronounce the name, and I do not want to disrespect it by pronouncing it very wrong. So when we get there, we'll show you guys what it looks like.
Walk took us a lot longer than expected because we stopped a lot for photos and missed a few turns along the way. But we finally made it to Güllüoğlu. I'm not too sure how to pronounce it, but this dessert place is very special. They serve a whole bunch of different baklavas, Turkish delights, ice cream, and they really specialize in pistachio baklava. So we decided to get the assorted baklava platter. It was a total of 87 lira. so we can try a little bit of everything. We decided to be early risers today and come straight to the Sultanahmet Park for sunrise to get a gorgeous view of both the Blue Mosque and the Hagia Sofia. I had no idea you can see them both from one single location, and the park itself is beautiful. The colors are so vibrant, the flowers are in full bloom right now, the palm trees are here to give you shade, and there are tons of trees that line the walkways, giving gorgeous photo spots. I'm telling you, this is a great place to be in the morning. We did come on a Friday morning though, so there are a lot of people hanging around the mosques before Friday morning prayer. And there are not just people in the park, there are tons of birds, a couple of stray dogs and kitties. They will completely leave you alone. This is just their home and they're here hanging out just like you are.
This is the oldest shopping mall in the world. Welcome to the Grand Bazaar. The Grand Bazaar really is like a giant shopping mall, but instead of chain stores, you have a lot of local shops. And they generally sell the same things, such as different textiles, you have rugs, you have Turkish delights, they sell coffee, and a lot of fake designer. Another great thing about it is that their exchange rate, if you need to exchange for Turkish lira from a lot of different currencies like US or Euro, they have literally the best rates. Get your lira here at the Grand Bazaar. Right now we're just relaxing at this little terrace area because it's just so nice and quiet up here, and it's great to get away from the hustle and bustle of the actual streets of the Grand Bazaar. Lauren also found these really cute kittens that she's sort of playing with right now, and this really makes her want to get a kitten. For me personally, I'm more of a dog person, but these guys are so cute, it might just change my mind.
Our search for a rooftop terrace coffee shop finally came to an end when we came across the Nova Santier Cafe. There are lots of terrace cafes in this area, but they seem to be harder to find because they don't market them as much as you would expect. But we did come across it and we're really excited to be finally sipping on a Turkish coffee with a gorgeous view of the Bosphorus and the Hagia Sofia. We're at this restaurant for dinner today. It's called this. I'm not going to try to butcher it. A friend recommended it, and when we came, there was a lineup. There are tons of locals sitting here as well, so we know it's good. It's a Kebap place. As soon as we came in here, all I could smell was the good food. But I saw everybody drinking this drink called ayran, so I needed to try it. I think it's a yogurt drink. Let's see what it tastes like. Yep, Jason was right. It is salty. It's a salty yogurt drink. But everybody's trying it. I needed to try it. That's what you do when you come to places like Turkey, places you haven't been to before. You want to try things that locals are eating themselves.
We just completed a 90-minute Bosphorus tour. And the funny thing is, we weren't planning on doing this today at all. We actually planned on going to Galata Bridge. And right as we were heading there, we saw a little sign that says Bosphorus Tour for only 75 lira per person. It was such a great deal. We had to jump on it, and we managed to see so much of Istanbul. It is such a big city, and honestly, it is beautiful. We had such a blast, and we highly recommend you guys take the Bosphorus Tour, any Bosphorus Tour, and go and see this gorgeous city.
We started our morning at Seven Hills Restaurant. It might be the most popular rooftop terrace in Istanbul because it's got a gorgeous unobstructed view of the Bosphorus, Hagia Sofia, the Blue Mosque, and all of this is on a massive rooftop. They actually have a separate area where you can take photos, and then the cafe is on the other side. So we decided to come here, have some Turkish coffees, a dessert. It's called I think it's called a Semina Turkish helva, which is like a pastry with ice cream on top. It was delicious. Now, we came here about 1 hour after it opened at 9:30 a.m. is when we came, and it was already pretty packed. So I suggest coming here early. You can grab a gorgeous traditional breakfast if you come here right at 8:30 and enjoy the view without so many people.
This is literally 80% of our trip, is Lauren trying to go and look at postcards. She literally bought 2 yesterday, and she's ready for some more.
It's like my collector's item though. I need to get postcards. They're easy to carry, they're cheap, and they're a really great way to represent the country that you've been to. Right in the middle of Taksim Square is this doner place. They're selling pita wraps and burgers, and we saw an entire crowd just surrounding it. So we wanted to see what the rave was all about.
Okay, so I got the chicken cheese roll. That chicken is so tender. Amazing.
Seagulls are going crazy at the ferry in Karakoy. I don't even know what brought them here. I've never seen so many in one area before.
It is sadly our final day in Istanbul, and we thought a great idea for this morning is to go and explore the Asia side, which we have not done yet. And the best way to get there is actually taking the ferry. It is incredibly cheap. You can use the same passes that you use for the tram. We're really excited to spend a little bit of time over there. After a 20-minute ferry ride, we finally made it to the Asia side. Lauren just popped into SETI Nails to get her nails done because it has been a little while. So you guys are unfortunately stuck with me for the next hour or two. I know she's much prettier than I am, but bear with me. Let's go and explore the Asia side. After walking for a little while on the Asia side, I think it's the two things I've noticed. Number one, while it may not be as refined as the European side, the prices here are a lot better. The second thing I've noticed is that almost everywhere only takes cash. So make sure you bring some cash because there's quite a bit of shopping to do all around these streets. On such a hot day, it's definitely nice to have a little iced coffee. One thing I was trying to look for here is trying to find some souvenirs, but there doesn't seem to be like any shops around here. I'm not sure why. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments below why there's barely any souvenir shops here on the Asian side. It seems to be a lot of local items like different clothing, a lot of restaurants, a lot of cafes, but for some reason no souvenirs. We literally leave on our flight in a few hours here. I haven't done my souvenir shopping yet. This is gonna be tough.
glad that Jason got to explore more of the Asia side, walking through the streets, getting some coffee while I got my nails done. Istanbul has been so amazing. I really wish we had more time to explore it, but our Turkey journey is not done yet. We are currently at the airport waiting to hop on a flight to Cappadocia.